All right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the platform, the most triggered show on the internet. And we have some special guests in the house with us today. Let's start with our introductions with them. Usually we go left to right, but since we got special guests, let's go ahead and start with the closest to the left, which is Jabari. What's up, man? Glad to have you on the show. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you with. Give us your own plugs. Tell us what you're playing.
Yo, man, it's your boy Jay Bari. It's a pleasure to finally be on the platform podcast. Definitely
You.
do appreciate the invite. But yeah, man, you guys, I'm typically a PlayStation channel. Jay Bari is my channel, and talk about PlayStation and things that goes on, I guess, in the gaming industry and the community as well. I do talk about Xbox and other platforms a little bit, but majority of my channel is about PlayStation. But you can reach me on Twitter at J underscore Barry YT. I'm a part of the council. I mean, a bunch of PlayStation gamers. We get together and we just hang out, have fun, speak our mind, and all that good stuff. Uh, what's up, PlayStation.com? That's the PlayStation site that we do run out here. And the online arcade, a new thing that's going on with the online arcade that we try to bring to the YouTube community, and be a little different out here about where we run these online tournaments, and have fun with it. People can win prizes and people can win these huge pot prizes with some of the tournaments. And yeah, it has started out very well so far. Big shout out to my man Persona, Chuck, and Mr. Official VG. What I mean, for being a part of it as well. But the games I'm playing currently, I'm playing Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age. Uh, Loving it so far. The Final Fantasy game I didn't complete, but I was so far in the game back in the day. So I was like, yo, I got to complete this game now. It's over. Now I ain't got to worry about saves and all that stuff. It's already good on the PlayStation 4 and all that. Street Fighter 5 and Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear. I've been playing those and Persona 5 as well. That's basically I've been playing throughout the week, man. But yo, I appreciate the invite, man. We're gonna have some fun, show it
Yes,
how it's
sir.
done on the
Yes, sir.
platform podcast, man.
All right, glad to have you on, man. Glad to have you on for sure. And we got Mr. Persona, Mind of a Gamer. He is on the show with us today, sir. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you got going on. Shout out to whatever you do, and tell us what you're playing.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, shout out to the Ace KG boys in the building. Leon, Mike, Danny, and you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to the platform live. Thank you guys for inviting me to the podcast. It's definitely appreciated, and I'm definitely excited to be here. And yeah, my name is Persona. My YouTube channel is Gaming with Persona. I'm also the host of Mind of a Gamer. I also run another series on my channel called When Persona Speaks. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and Mind of a Gamer is every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got to start your mornings off right. And I am also a member of the council, and I'm also the online arcade. Obviously, I'm a partner of the online arcade as well. And my channel is pretty much primarily PlayStation because I play a lot of PlayStation games, a lot of Japanese games, fighting games, and stuff like that. And I talk about PlayStation. I talk about Xbox. I tend to talk about everything and try to be a little, as fair as I can be when it comes to talking about the things I talk about. But we all make jokes and stuff like that, which is always fine. But yeah, man, I'm a real chill guy, man. Real chill channel. I'm not really too crazy when it comes to the stuff that I do. Um, but big shout out to the council, man. And yeah, for me, the games I've been playing this week is Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Got to play that. Play some Blaze Blue. Plays Final Fantasy 12. Obviously, I gotta get into that. Sleeping Dogs. I finally played Guilty Gear Rev 2 yesterday. Trying to find my main. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've been playing this week. Glad to
Shit,
be here.
Sleeping Dogs, man, is one of my favorite fucking games of all time, dude. That shit is fun. Man,
Yeah, I
beat
never
those
played it
motherfuckers.
before, so I definitely was excited. Yeah,
You in for a treat,
so it's
man.
definitely good to play that.
When you get your dude up there, man, when he gets better and he starts wrecking those dudes, man, it's especially I don't know if I don't know how far you are. Are you real far?
No, I'm still pretty early. I had just started it up Monday, so I'm
All
early
right,
in the game.
well, there's a point in the game. I don't want to spoil it, but it'll probably be the most fun part of the game. It's maybe midway, and it really puts your skills to the test. Let me just say that it puts your real skills to the test. And
Word.
hell yeah, man! I want to spoil it because once I spoil it, it'll be like, oh, this motherfucker said that
Oh
shit
yeah,
in the
no,
show.
I'm definitely,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm definitely excited because I'm going for the platinum as well. So I'll definitely be look out for that part.
You definitely gonna need to go through it to get in. It's hard. So
Yeah,
when you get there, you will see. Stream that shit so I can have proof.
yeah, man, definitely,
All
well,
right.
definitely.
Cool. Well, it's glad to have you guys on, man. The show should be hyped. So let's go ahead with our regular intro, starting left to right. Achilles, what's up, man? Introduce yourself, sir. Tell us what you're playing.
What's up? It's Achilles, spelled Akeyles. Go ahead and check me out on my YouTube channel. I do a lot of comics, games, a lot of gears, and some anime stuff too. So if you're into that, go ahead and check me out. I've been playing, a lot of gears. I'm on that Onyx grind. I'm almost at Diamond. So if y'all
Rip.
want to check me out and watch that on my stream, I stream Tuesday and Thursday nights around 9 p.m. Um, Also, I've been playing, Rainbow Six, a real shooter, and
Shit.
I got
Here
in.
we go.
I got into.
Shots fired!
I got into a lobby with Upchuck Gaming on some Injustice. His dark side is really nice. I'm not used to the teleporting stuff, but you know what I mean. That blue beater was getting there. He was getting close. Also, before Leon does his intro, let me say he barely got one up on me in checking. Don't let him lie to you. We was close. It was 50-50.
I just want to say what happened. What happened at the end of the night? Who rage quit it?
We was 50-50. We was 50-50.
Listen. I don't
And
even.
you got the
Why
last
the fuck
one.
you lying? Now hold on. Let's be for real though. Was I not busting that ass?
And was I not busting that ass too?
No. You. But the thing was though, you didn't know I was gonna bust your ass because he was like, he's like, come on, play Tekken. I'm gonna take it easy on you. And then I started winning. He was like, oh, he was getting pissed. He was like, fuck this. He took out his best character and shit. Like,
he was pocketed, like he was playing me. He wasn't playing his real character towards the end. So in the beginning I was whipping his ass, and then he pulled out Akuma, who I ain't ready for. But like I said, it was 50-50,
That's not like an
and
excuse.
he got one
I
at
was
the
beating
end.
I was beating up on Mike too.
Yeah,
And
mine
Tekken.
too.
But yeah, that's all of my games I was
I
playing.
didn't rage quit. But I didn't rage quit.
Let him know, Mike.
I hope y'all signing up for this Tekken tournament.
I'll sign up
I
for
don't
it.
even
Put them skills to the test.
But I'm like, damn, I might have to sign up for the tournament because I was playing Eugene. I was doing pretty good with Eugene. I was like, damn.
Because Eugene is like actually really good.
He's
Yeah.
really good, but he won't sign up. He's
He
scared.
won't fucking sign up and shit. It's like,
He's
dude, don't you
scared.
want this cash? I'll be your motherfucking manager. Make you
He
Floyd
finds
Mayweather up in this motherfucker.
He's cool with me, Eugene is, but he finds every excuse not to sign up for something.
I can't, man. My
He's
motherfucking
like-
braids is too far back. I can't, man, because I can't fucking. My car won't start. It's like, what the fuck they got to do with the goddamn game? Shit.
Nah, I mean, one thing people gotta understand is like, yo, everybody has different skill level in the tournament. As long as you just come in and have fun and learn something, that's all that matters, man. I get bodied in tournaments at times, so
Yeah, I always buy Bari, and he always comes back. So
Ooh.
There's like-
Oh, shit.
Nah, Bari's right though. Like with the online arcade tournaments, they're definitely welcome to all skill levels, and it's all about fun, friendly competition.
right? I mean, it's just like when I first entered the tournament on Injustice 2, and my first opponent was Bari. I bodied him the first time, but he came at me
shit.
and just
shit!
and he started the last round. And all he did was the last round. I got one wing on him, and he's like, he goes, "You got your king spam over here." I was using my Aqua Band.
He was fighting the whole damn comment was like, this motherfucker trying to make salad in this bitch.
I made salad with Bari once, and after he finished me and put me in the loser bracket.
Injustice is the game I'm trying to learn because I never really played Injustice so much because I'm not too much of a biggest fan like with NRS games. But I decided. My bad.
I was like, you were playing as Black Adam.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people was giving me hell for that because I didn't know he was top tier. I just picked him. I was like, oh, this character's pretty fun. Let me just use him. And I took him online, and I was winning a lot. I was like, oh, I'm making him my main. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm new to like Injustice games, so I was rocking with him.
Oh well, Mike. Don't let Mike get you because he will try to feed you bullshit. So just be careful. All right, next up, who we got? We got Cool Cat Terri. What's up, Terri? Introduce yourself and tell us what you're playing.
Hey everybody, it's Cool Cat Terri here from Twitch. You guys can catch me there. It's CoolCat_Terri on Twitch. Otherwise, it's one word, Cool Cat Terri on YouTube. You can check that stuff out. I've been playing some Psychonauts. I've been also doing Sniper Elite 4. I started up Resident Evil 5 last night. Doing co-op on that. Been going pretty well. And I also did a full playthrough of the walking sim, Everyone's Gone to the Rapture a couple nights ago. And it was an interesting game. I mean, it's a walking sim, so it's, slow going, but it was definitely interesting. So
I gotta finish that.
But, but it was good. I mean, it was good.
I'm good on the walking simulation and shit. So, like I said, I'm all for giving shit a chance, but like,
no,
I can't fuck with that.
Yeah, they're definitely slow going, but it's all about the experience, getting immersed in the environment and the atmosphere of the game. It's not about action and all that stuff. It's just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. What happened? Why did it happen? Who was involved and all that kind of stuff. So you gotta just kind of figure everything out yourself versus, a game, giving you everything you need to know and you just, play. This one you have to figure everything out. So it's good stuff.
I'm like this. I don't want to fucking walk for 8 hours with a question mark hovering over my head and shit. I'm good. Like totally good. But thank you for being on. Next up, we got Leon. What's up, man? Introduce yourself, sir. Tell us what you're playing.
What up? It's Leon, and I've been playing a lot of hard ass fucking games. I don't know why I do it to myself. Been playing fucking Fury. I was playing that shit, man. I'm stuck on the 4th boss. This motherfucker is hard as hell.
Shit triggering, dude.
Everybody keep telling me not to play that game, and that's why I chose to play it, because I was like, oh, it's so hard. I'm like, man, I'll play that shit, see how hard it is.
Play that motherfucker. Yeah.
Everybody tells me the first Ninja Gaiden is hard. I'm like, that game is not hard to me. Like, I've beaten that game a million. That's like my favorite game, and I've beaten that game so many times. So I'm like, all right, let me see if it's really as hard as people saying it is. That shit is fucking hard as hell. It's just all fucking bosses. It's like there's no regular characters. It's just straight boss fights. It's a boss
God damn.
Yeah, it's literally a boss run. Like, but it's fun though. Like, because the thing is, I like games that are challenging, because then it's not like you feel like you got your money's worth.
Right. There's a sense of accomplishment for sure.
Exactly. And other than that, playing some Tekken and been putting hands on a couple people in these streets,
Ooh, yeah. I kind of hurt Achilles. Excuse me. Got wrecked. Got his booty.
I ain't trying to brag. I was hitting some combos I ain't even know I could do. I was like, oh.
It was 50-50.
Disrespect.
It was 50-50. Okay.
The thing is, though, when you end on a high note, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta ride with it. That's what happens.
What are you using in Tekken?
I mean, I rock with Katarina, Akuma. I like Raven. I like Dragunov.
Oh, you using my guy?
Oh, shit, there we go. Do we have a challenge? Is that what it is?
Sounds like
Yo, we can get a lot.
We can set the brackets up to where we be.
That's what I'm talking about. Let me know.
I'm always down for Tekken.
I'm in training mode in Tekken right now. 'Cause I'm using a new character, and I mean,
maybe we can do like a council versus motherfucking platform, tournament and shit.
That sounds interesting.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Have like a set purse amount, and till the best show wins,
I'm with
AKA
that.
us.
I'm definitely with that.
I'm definitely with that. You know what I mean? Take that one.
If things get a little hairy, I'll just pull out Brian. Finish it. Take us over the finish line.
And then I'll motherfucking bribe Eugene to fucking take part, and we'll see who wins that.
I have a quick question though. Has anybody in here beat Persona 5 yet?
Not as of yet.
Yo, that game. That's another game I've been playing. That game.
Persona 5 is
like that game.
Persona 5 is really good. Yeah, I'm like 50 hours into it, but I'm more of a Final Fantasy guy, so Persona's on hold right now.
Yeah, it's on the back seat, man. Too many other Japanese games.
It would definitely get beat before Ys come out. So
Ys comes out in September. You go beat it.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's on the subject.
I'm just saying.
I beat it before that because like I said, I'm focused on Final Fantasy. I'm going to try and complete this game. I'm not going to try to platinum it yet, but I will complete it. Then I will go back to Persona and try to complete that.
Plat what?
I'm not going to try and platinum it yet. If whatever I get. But I'm just going to try to beat it, and then I'll go to Persona. Then I'll probably go back and try to platinum it, but we'll see. The platinum look doable. I know it's some hard parts in this platinum, like getting all the espers, the trials.
Yeah, trials are gonna be hard.
Things like that, but we'll see.
All right. Next up, we got Big Mike. What's up, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Mike over here. I've been playing Tekken 7 and Injustice 2 with Leon and Ridge and Jesse Pecora.
You said what?
I said what?
You said Ridge is in Bang Bang. Jesse.
I didn't want to say the group because.
Oh, my bad.
I thought. No lie. I thought you named 2 games. I thought.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I
thought he said Rig. So I was like, okay.
No, I've been playing Tekken 7 and I've been playing Injustice 2.
Okay, that's what's up.
I've been practicing on Injustice 2, getting ready for the tournament next month in August.
Jabbar, he's practicing his spam technique and shit.
Don't forget your micro machines there, Mike. You've been playing micro machines quite a bit.
Right. I've been playing micro machines.
He didn't want people to know that.
That's what it was. He was like, don't tell anybody that shit.
Man,
they might ask, about the transactions.
Right. Why your micro machine tougher than everybody? Because he paid $100.
I've also been playing Life is Strange, where I got judged by Achilles. He said, what's the point?
I didn't judge you.
Yeah,
I didn't judge you. I said I wouldn't pick it up, and then you asked me why.
Yeah, I'm on episode 4 for that, man. I'm about to complete that.
That game is amazing.
Yeah, I love that game.
I still didn't pick it up. I feel you.
It's free, though.
Life is Strange.
That's
It's free. It's free.
So wait, you're judging a game you've never played.
I just don't play point and click. I don't play the genre. That's just what it is. And I won't pick up that genre.
I mean, those type of games are like very story heavy.
Yeah.
You gotta like
go ahead.
Story stuff.
So you don't play any Telltale games because those are point and click.
I don't. I value gameplay over story.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing me and him were talking about there, Terry. He goes, I do not play any of the Telltale games or Life is Strange.
I just don't like point and clicks. That's just me though.
But I feel like Life is Strange though it's not like the Telltale games in the sense that it's more interactive. Like you interact with the world more, whereas like the Telltale games are kind of like a little bit straightforward, linear in a sense. Like they give you more options in this game.
I see it. They're similar, but the difference is with Telltale is they pressure you. You have like a time limit to make every damn decision. Whereas where Enix, they decide, you know what, you take it at your own pace, do what you want. If you decide you don't want to make that decision, you can go back and change your decision.
I like that.
Good point.
That is a
The way
good
they
point.
use time in that game is kind of dope too. Like you get like abilities that affect how you use time. It's a good game, man. Like honestly, Life is Strange surprised me. I didn't think that game was gonna be as good as it was.
Achilles, since you have a PlayStation 4, take some time, go download it, give it a shot. It's free.
You know, it's
It's
funny.
free.
I'll tell you a quick story. I actually used to think like that too. Where I was like, I used to think Life is Strange and all those Telltale games were trash, and I kept seeing gameplay for Life is Strange from one of my boys on Facebook, and I decided, like, you know what, let me just try it, and I played it, and I was blown away. I was like, this is dope. It's one of those games you gotta experience.
And the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that soundtrack is amazing.
Episode 2, bro. That joint gets you hooked.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. It gets yo, when you get from like 4 to 5, and like all of 5 is just a big mind trip. It's great. It really is great.
Yo, I listened to the soundtrack on Spotify. Yo, that's how good the soundtrack is.
Yeah, the soundtrack is very good.
Yeah,
I had bought the physical, like, you know, they had like a physical limited edition release that came with the soundtrack. Too. Yeah, I had to snatch that up, man. But I just had to, like, I need that.
Well, I played this game called Grim Fandango. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
What? That's old school.
Yeah, that's old school, man.
Yeah, that's old.
And they remastered it. I think it came out on PS4 and Xbox and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And check that one out too, Achilles, man. Like that one will change, because that's the game that changed my mind on some of those games. I played that. Me and my brother played that shit, and we were like, "Holy fuck, this is actually fun!" And we're clicking and pointing, in fact, solving puzzles and shit. You know, that's just pretty dope. You should try that one out too, Achilles. And then give us your decision on the shit. If you truly don't like it, fuck you. All right, so. All right, so we are talking PlayStation since we got PS Professionals on today. So let's talk PlayStation. Segment 1 today is basically PlayStation 4 is riding kind of easy right now. You know, a lot of people are seeing that PlayStation is on top, and they're kind of dominating everything as far as charts, game releases, shit like that. So I wanted to ask at least Persona and Jabari, what is the next competition to them? Like, who do you feel PlayStation 4's next competition is? I'll start with Persona.
Okay. Realistically, most people would say the obvious answer is Xbox, but I honestly think it's Nintendo. And the reason for that being, Nintendo is now getting a lot of the Japanese games that were only exclusive to PlayStation. Now they're, what they getting Xenoverse 2. Now they're getting, they got I Am Setsuna. They got Disgaea 5. They've got Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. They're getting the new Dragon Quest game that's coming out, 11. It's a lot of Japanese games that are now starting to show up on PlayStation 4 and the Switch. So when it comes to the Japanese side of things with PlayStation, I do feel that market has a new competitor that could potentially take away some of the sales, not all, but some of the sales when it comes to the PlayStation Japanese side. Outside of that, though, it sounds cocky, but I think its only competition really as of right now is itself, because it sounds bad. I know it sounds bad. And I don't want to count Xbox out completely, because they do have the Xbox One X coming out. But what makes a console great isn't just the power of the console, it's also the exclusives and the games that separate the experiences from the three. And that's something that I feel Microsoft still lacks, and PlayStation has done a good job of maximizing on when it comes to their experiences. So yeah.
We had Kid Smooth on last week, and we asked him a similar question, kind of like, how do you think the holiday is going to do for like Xbox One X or Xbox in general? And he was like, Xbox would lead in sales, and I think he said second would be Nintendo or something to that effect. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Maybe Nintendo.
I mean, as crazy as his statement sounds, it's not necessarily something that you should rule out, because what Xbox does have going forward is a new console that is highly acclaimed, and a lot of people, it is sought after from a good majority of people. So that releasing around Black Friday, they could definitely have some good deals and stuff like that on it. And so I can't see how he would say something like that, because that is true. And then we also have Mario Odyssey coming out this holiday, which is going to wreck. That within itself is a beast. So that is something to not be taken lightly. But you also have to look at PlayStation has strategically placed themselves in a position to where the third party marketing deals that they have for this holiday are going to work for them brilliantly, because you have Call of Duty, Battlefront 2, Destiny, FIFA 18. You got GT Sport, which is an exclusive. You have a lot of good, highly acclaimed games that people want and have been advertised very well for the PlayStation 4 and have performed very well for PlayStation in the past. So to look at those numbers and look at the deals and stuff like that that they have made, PlayStation is in a position to where the third party can pull them over this holiday and hold them over. And then GT Sport is, GT is a cult classic that a lot of people, especially in the European market, they swear by. So those are things not to be taken lightly as well.
As soon as you hear that GT, it's just like money's about to be made and shit. It's like people are buying that shit. What about you, Jabari? What about you? Do you see any? As I'm trying to ask you this because I want a real answer, because I know you are a super champion when it comes to PlayStation. So I want to make sure I ask this clearly. What is the next competition for PlayStation?
What, the next competition, or like who's the competition?
Who do you think can actually compete with PS4 right now?
Well, right now, it's mainly going to be Xbox and PC as a competition. Yeah, Nintendo is there as well. I do see PlayStation seeing everybody as competition, but if you want to look at their main competition, it's going to be PC and Xbox. Because look at the decisions that PlayStation is doing this generation, where you're getting these refresh consoles because of the PC market. You know what I mean? They don't want their consumers, they don't want their ecosystem being disbanded by the PC, where everybody or better graphics is going to trickle over there. And, they want everybody seeing places. And Xbox, I say Xbox because majority of the games that come out are multi-plats, and both Xbox and PlayStation is going to have these games, and they're competing for that third party, marketing deals or things like that. So that's why you can never count out Xbox as far as saying that it's not their competition, because I understand the Switch has certain games on there, but majority of the games, the multi-plats is on both. So the reason why these marketing deals are happening, when you hear these terms like console exclusives, is because of the other platform, Xbox. You know what I mean? So they got to figure out these ways to tell you that, hey, it's going to be better here on this platform, or it's going to be better here on that platform, because they look at themselves as competition.
Jay, I know you had to kind of argue with some dudes about sales figures. You said you don't know where the fuck they pulled that shit from. Because I was checking out one of your videos, man. You had me rolling. You were like, these dudes, they want to quote, sales figures and shit. And then it was like, but where are you getting this info from? It's like, where?
Yeah, because the reason why I said that, because on Twitter, I made a comparison post about Tekken 7, right? And everybody was trying to say that VG charts, you can't use that, it's not credible and all that stuff, like making it seem like I don't follow numbers. Like I've been following numbers for the longest. You know what I mean? When it comes to people making videos about why people talk about sales and stuff, most likely they was making a video about me, because I used to talk about NPDs every single month on the council podcast. It was NPD talk, sales talk. You know what I mean? So
it's triggered in this motherfucker. That's what it was.
Yeah. So it was. So then I got into the whole VG charts argument. And basically in that video, I was saying, everybody that be saying like, oh, PlayStation gamers or whoever don't support these games or whatever, right? Where the hell they sourcing that from? They're sourcing it from the place where they tell you it's not credible. They go, that's the only place that you can really, if you go look up, a game sale, most likely it's gonna come upon VG charts and people's gonna go by that. And yes, I'm trying to tell people that I understand that it's estimated numbers. I'm not stupid out here. Like, you know, my profession is dealing with numbers on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So, I was just trying to tell people, and then people saying, "Oh, you got to go to MPDs." And I'm like, MPDs is just, you know, a region, and MPD does estimates as well. And some dude was like, "Oh, I'm out of the conversation now because now this guy's saying MPDs is estimates." So I put up a screenshot, and it tells you, yeah, we do estimations on Toys R Us and Walmart or whatever it was. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, how you feeling now? Like, you know, the information is there, but nobody want to look at it.
Yeah,
that was just a funny back.
Dudes got real moist about it. I was kind of following the whole shit, and I was like, "Wow, man, that, you know, some of these dudes."
I'm used to it though. I'm used to it. A lot of people say they get triggered by the thing.
Kid Smooth too. I was following some of his shit too. Persona not so much. You know, you actually, you know, you don't try to argue that much, Persona, but Kid Smooth got the same trail though. His shit is like, you look at his shit and it's like, God damn, these dudes are over passionate. I mean, I get the passion, but damn.
You know what? I said this as well. Is always the people that are, you know, quote unquote the neutral gamer or the most balanced gamer that gets triggered, right? Like a fanboy, they can go back and forth and, you know, my console's better, no, my console's better, no, you know, but they're keeping it on a gaming perspective. But it's always the guys that is, you know, the PC gamer, the Nintendo gamer, the PlayStation gamer. I play on everything. They're the ones that throw the insults. You know, they're the ones that be like, "Oh, you're just a stupid, moronic idiot," and stuff like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, "Yo, why you saying that?"
Those be the main ones, y'all. The fanboy, the neutral guys.
Y'all ain't gotta hold y'all's tongue on this podcast. Y'all can cuss.
Oh my!
All right. I mean, I'll try to be respectful. But if you let the floodgates open,
I've been fucking cussing on this shit. You should go watch some older shows. You'll be like, God damn, he said that. God.
We all family here. We all understand. We cool.
Yeah. Man, I mean,
for some no hold back.
Nah, you're not trying to be respectful, you know, at other people's platform and whatnot.
I feel you though. I appreciate that, but you know, this platform has a mature rating, so if your kid's just watching, fuck you as a parent. All right, we got that out of the way.
All right.
What's up, Eddie, man? I see you just showed up. Let me ask you the same question that I asked our two guests here. Who is the next main competition for PlayStation? Like, who do you think can give PlayStation a competition right now?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Shit. Man, if somebody was to give PlayStation a run for their money,
like who?
It'd have to be Apple, man.
Oh,
huh?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Hold on, dude. You said Apple.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why I said Apple.
Nah, that ain't it.
You ain't thinking outside the box, man. You got to look at it. Microsoft been in the game since 2000. That's 17 years, right? They ain't been able to really like be a threat. You know what I'm saying? Because even though the 360 did do well, it had a lot of setbacks. Nintendo,
Eddie, the chat is blowing up. They like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Let me explain it. If people would sit back and actually use their minds instead of, you know what I'm saying, be like, oh, he's talking about fucking Apple. Man, if Apple wanted to get into the console market, you would think they really get into it and just be a blunder.
They couldn't even do fucking video games on their PC.
That's what I'm saying. How would they be competition? You can play League of Legends and WoW. That's it on a
Just listen. Think about this. Before Apple puts out a phone, they do a lot of research and study. Before they put out a new product, period, they do a lot of R&D work, right? And when they put out that product, what happens to that product? It becomes the #1 product being sold on the market when it releases, period. iPhones, iPads, Macs, MacBook Pros, Airs, the thing, all of that. So just think, if they would decide to get into the console market, they would do a lot of research and development before they do that. And you got to look at how many people that you think they're not just going to tailor to just gamers. No, they're going to try to tailor to their consumers as well. because Apple has a big ecosystem. If you have all Apple products, right? When you walk in the house, you are connected. Period. And that's what I love about that platform, that product, because I can talk to the Mac with my phone. I can sit back and operate a whole lot of shit just with my phone sitting right in one spot. So if somebody, it would have to be somebody new into the race to really actually be a threat to Sony, because it'll be unpredictable. But see, ain't nobody thinking like that, because everybody.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Because I mean, what can Microsoft and Nintendo do to Sony? The Sony has to do what? Mess up. Sony has to beat themselves, just like they did with the PS3, right or wrong.
Hold on. I don't know what you're talking about.
I understand what you're saying.
Sony definitely beat themselves, but Microsoft did do a lot of things right. And you got to give them credit as well.
They did a lot of things right, but at the same time, they messed up and went with a faulty product, and they still put it out there on the line, which ruined their reputation.
I think you got to give him the permanent mute right now, there, Danny.
Okay, so is that what happened?
You got no lines.
So this is his last live.
See, the only reason why y'all still is because y'all probably.
All right, so his life is lost. All right, so once you just explain, once you lose all your lives, you go silent. Ask Mike. He knows. Chad is saying, "What the fuck?" There's question marks. People are dead. People said you lost all your lives so far, Eddie. Somebody said.
Don't get triggered, though, Eddie.
Yeah, they said you're about to be triggered. Somebody just laughed, like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Somebody said they out. They actually leaving the show because. So, okay, all right, Eddie, I get what you said. I get it, dude.
Yeah.
But the conversation is about stuff that actually exists. There is no motherfucking Apple console.
We're not doing no hypotheticals.
Right, no hypotheticals. I'm talking about actuals. Now, if you would have said like Atari and explained why, you wouldn't have lost no lives. Now, granted, yeah, Atari probably isn't really competition, but you know, I'm hyped for the new Atari and shit, and you know, you could have had a reasoning for that. But Apple, man, you lost your continue on that, man.
The moment he said that they would do their research to, you know, for their consumers, are like, they haven't even done that for the Mac, for their gaming side. What makes you think they're gonna do it for a console?
I'll be scared of an Apple console because that junk probably costs like $1,000.
Like $1,000, $720p at 60.
And yo, I'm an Apple fanboy. I'm the guy that Eddie said. If you come to my house, everything.
it would just have their operating system on there, right, for like their mobile, and you'll just play all your mobile apps on your TV. That would be their gaming console right there.
Yeah, the Apple TV right now is like the gaming console.
All right, Eddie, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, sir. You had to take a Mario timeout, dude. But you can go ahead and unmute yourself, man. Just go on the bottom of your picture, click it, and you should see unmute. Just so if you don't know.
It'll show up on the top.
It's up on top.
It's on top. So, but you know, I feel like this. I'm kind of agreeing with Persona. I think Nintendo really does have a lot to gain, especially holiday. You know, I think those numbers are going to be very, very surprising on how good Nintendo is going to do. I think people are going to be shocked because, you know, it's one of those, I call it a utility console because it does more than the normal. You know, I can take it with me. I can have it at home. It's like a dual purpose thing. And, you know, I think it'll do quite well. Hold up.
Oh,
this dude's trying to get back into it. He's trying to get back into the shit. He's ripped.
You didn't kick him out, right?
I didn't kick him. He left. Yeah, there he goes. He's back. Yeah.
No, I couldn't hear nothing for a minute. I got a phone call.
Oh.
No, you called us.
No, I'm saying I had got no. I had got a phone call was separating when I came back.
Oh, it's
I couldn't. It couldn't pick back up.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. But you got a new set of lives, though. But you know, I'm gonna give you this
code
one,
up, down, left, right, left, right.
But because you called us,
Nah, see you. No, see this was this is where you messed up at. You asked me a question and you didn't finish asking me. You didn't finish out in detail. You didn't say existing competition.
I kind of figured you were thinking that. Like, there's no way he would
Nah,
go and talk about something
I
that's not a
think deeper than
concept.
that because
The
it's
thing
existing competition.
he was
For who
asking
out
about
there?
this winter though, and there's no way Apple can drop
Right.
a console out in this winter.
No, not just winter. I'm thinking beyond today.
Yeah, you thinking like I don't know what the fuck you thinking. Really,
I'm thinking if they decided and got serious about it.
I don't know
If
what's
they
happening.
was serious. That's just like okay, remember when there was rumors of the Oculus Rift and nobody really believed that shit? Then look what happened.
Yeah, but I ain't heard no rumors about Apple getting into the fucking console shit.
I'm just saying. You asked me a question and
Hold
I
on,
gave
Persona.
you
Let me ask Persona. Persona, have you heard of anything like that?
Like what?
Like Mac coming into the console battle?
Not specifically. Sorry, Eddie, but
now go ahead.
no, but I will say, I kind of get where he's coming from in terms of if Apple was to come into the market and have a console, but you know, from the examples of like Steam machines and the Ouya and those type of things, they sound good on paper and they sound good in concept, but those things never really resonate within the gaming community because the consoles and PC have done a good job of cementing themselves into the places where they're at, where if anything outside of that tried to come in, there really wouldn't be anywhere for them to fit. So, you know, you've got mobile, you've got consoles, you've got PC, and you have handhelds. You know, anything outside of that doesn't really fit because it's like
betweens,
there is no, you know, a Mac console, you know, or you know, Nvidia, whatever. Like those things don't fit into what has already been established. So I get where Eddie's coming from, but those things just won't work in how the model of gaming has been presented.
So now let me reiterate my question so Eddie can get it. What's happening now, as far as competition on what's out now, not in the future? Like we're talking right now to maybe holiday. Who do you think will bring that competition to Sony out of the big players?
God, dog. I would say Nintendo.
I'm surprised. A lot of people are saying Nintendo. I'm kind of hype about it, but I'm surprised.
You want me to explain?
Yes, sir. Explain.
I just read that Nintendo has stopped production on the 3DS, the small model. Last time they did something like that, where like it was a leaked rumor that they stopped on a certain product, you know, there was, you know, gearing up for something new. I think they're really getting ready to push the Switch, and I don't think they're playing around. But they also released the 2DS, and
yeah, but that shit was
the 2DS XL.
Yeah, I think of that as like what the Xbox One S is to the Xbox Onyx or X, whatever you want to call it.
What was the price on that one again?
I think it was $199.
The 2DS is a better console than the Switch.
Hold up.
And he might be right.
I can't agree with that.
It's portable.
It has a bigger
2DS isn't a console.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like 2DS handheld.
The Switch is a hybrid. It's a handheld too.
It's a hybrid.
So it can actually be in competition with the other product. But I think Nintendo is going to really try to.
2DS is a better device, honestly, because of the features that it's going to have. You can actually communicate with your friends. It just has way better social aspects that people look forward to in their games. The Switch is dormant.
Well, I give it to you. That fucking way you got to hook the headphones up to the Switch is like fucked up. Yeah, we talked about that on our past show. We said you look like Bane by the time you fucking done hooking everything up. So, you know, I don't know. That's not a good way to offer communication.
The 2DS doesn't even have online, does it? Oh no, it does. It has online.
Don't you have to
Yeah.
bring codes just like Switch, right?
Right.
It's the 3DS just without the 3D. That's all it is. It's the new 3DS
No 3D.
without 3D. So it's actually a little bit lighter, probably.
It looked dope too. It looked dope.
But isn't it already out, the 2DS?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're probably going to push the hell out of that. They're going to push the hell out of the Switch. Microsoft fan base is already griping about Crackdown 3, which is stupid. If you're a true fan of that game, that series, this shit looks alright. It don't look bad. It works.
It looks worse.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes every time I look at it, sometimes it looks good, and then sometimes it just looks like shit looks boring. So
I blame it on the guy that was playing. I honestly think he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Nah.
I'm judging the visuals. The visuals look terrible.
What was it? 5 years? That game has been in the making for 5 years. That game looks like trash.
I don't believe it's been in the making.
A lot of people with damage control in that game too. Like, oh, you must haven't been playing Crackdown. Crackdown always looked this way. Okay, so I'm supposed to be buying a next gen console to have a game that's always looked the same. If Uncharted looked like Uncharted, if Uncharted 4 looked like Uncharted 3, what would people say for this on the PlayStation 4? What would people say?
People get on
it. What the hell? They were like, "What the hell is Naughty Dog doing? What the hell is this? This doesn't look different." You know what I mean? But for some strange reason, for Crackdown, everybody is using that as the what you expect is Crackdown.
Nah, there ain't no excuse. Yeah, there ain't no excuse for that. Yeah.
Who you can't really give an excuse for that because.
Go ahead, Persona.
No, sorry, I was gonna say because, I get it. The game looks how it looks, whatever. But you can't really give no excuse to that, especially with the narrative that Microsoft has created, with trying to push the Xbox One X and the most powerful, and all these different things that all these different buzzwords and things like this that people have been going back and forth for like months and months and months, and then to turn around and release a game or have a game looking like this, and for people to turn around and say, oh well, it's Crackdown and giving an excuse. You can't do that. Microsoft has dug themselves in a position to where, and this sounds messed up, but it's true. If anything comes out releasing less than how people expect it, it's an L because you pumped up everybody to expect something, and you have conditioned your consumer and your fan base to expect something, and then to release something mediocre or less than what is to be expected, it's an L.
People expect the like when the Pro came out and certain games didn't have Pro updates. People was raging like, I'm not buying that shit. Look at what is going on, Sony, how dare you?
But Sony is very careful with their wording.
That's dropping the same day as the Xbox One X, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's just Crackdown supposed to look." You haven't played a Crackdown. Expose. You haven't played a Crackdown.
Yo, for real though, that's true. Like
I don't see no.
People move the goalposts, man. It's not you can't do that. And the difference between Microsoft and PlayStation though is, PlayStation wasn't, out here trying to speak that uncompromised, secret sauce goodness. That's Microsoft doing that.
Nobody wouldn't have never knew what checkerboard was until Sony explained.
But here's the thing about Microsoft though. The system is actually powerful. Like, it just boggles my mind. It is, dude. Like, honestly, if you just break down the specs.
It's lower than an FX 8000. That's the lowest gaming processor you can get right now. It's lower than that.
But as far as consoles.
Oh, okay.
As far as consoles go, the Xbox honestly can really put in some work. It just boggles my mind when you look at Crackdown and you go, what the fuck happened? Like you think, okay, Xbox One X, this is supposed to be that top tier title on the system, and then they bring out Crackdown and it's like it still looks stiff. It looks like the same damn mechanics with just some higher res polys, and that's it. And it's like you actually have the power behind it.
So you got to look at you got to look at the fact that Crackdown was in development before the Xbox One X was even thought of. It was in development before that. So they was going with basically the same blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like each Crackdown has been done by a different developer, and they didn't do nothing but copy what the first developer done. So I'm looking at Crackdown as in, if I had an Xbox One S, okay, I can deal with that. But like you guys were saying, for the Xbox One X, it's supposed, I guess you would think they were like, been developing, putting a lot more polish onto it, to make it look like, okay, you're going to be playing this game on one of the most powerful consoles on the market. And and this is another thing, the FCC hadn't released that shit yet. So the question is, will the Xbox One X get released in 2017?
The motherfuckers got an ISIS box.
It will get released. It will get released. It's already in mass production.
It's already up for pre-order as well.
They're just waiting for that. I don't think it's up for pre-order everywhere.
Best Buy ain't put it up yet.
Yeah, FCC got to
I thought there was an article about it being approved already.
Not official retailers. No.
Okay.
I think it's gonna get approved though. They're not gonna hold it. I think it's just some things with like voltage and stuff like that has to kind of get passed. Because I know they were complaining about some of the voltage and power plugs. They didn't want it to heat up and shit. So I get that. Definitely get that shit right before you put something like that out. But I mean, they can really do some damage though. Microsoft really, like I was asking the question about competition. Microsoft really could, if they actually, go ahead and invest into the dream there. If they don't
invest in the games,
they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to even reach that shit to even compete with fucking Nintendo. They're gonna have to, because once Pokemon comes out,
that's it.
That's it. We talking who can hang? Maybe PC, just because of how open the structure is. But then it's like, okay, what else?
I think Pokemon is bigger than World of Warcraft. So for you to say maybe PC, I can't know. You can't even say maybe PC, because I think people will.
There's a lot of Pokemon games though on PC. There's like Pokemon that trading card online and shit that's really, really popular. So.
That's true. Nintendo kind of embraced PC a little bit. But I mean,
people who still collect the decks and stuff, like the actual physical cards, they go on the PC and play, and they have codes that they get in their packs, and they go and they play on the freaking on the PC and play games with each other.
Yeah, I played it a couple times.
Just think if that was to bring that to the Switch.
They probably are thinking about it.
That shit, no, this is Nintendo we talking about.
Well, hey man, they're different, man. We talked about this on the last show, man. They're money. I wished it. I wanted Nintendo to be money grubbing so they can put Pokemon on the console, but it's a double-edged sword, because look at Legend of Zelda now. It has fucking DLC, and in order to get the fucking sword, even though I have it dirty, I know I'm already been exposed, but still, the people who's out there investing into the franchise, it's like Nintendo, they bit on that money train. The new president said, fuck it, we're going to be money grubbing just like you asked. And this is what we're going to do. So I can see it still happening. I can see it happening. DLC packs, the motherfucking card packs, charge you $5.99 a pop, tie that shit to Amiibo, profit.
I mean, Amiibo is considered like DLCs. That's on physical.
Yep. It's just an actual thing, but it's still, you needed to get some characters to unlock shit. So why not? Why not bring that shit? I can see them doing it.
You know who had a good strategy? Konami in the Yu-Gi-Oh games, where you had to buy like with certain games, you got a certain exclusive card with that game, and that was the only way you can get that card. That was a good strategy for that shit.
I think that's what Pokemon's doing right now.
Well, I mean, like I said, when they come out, we're gonna really see, because when the dude announced that they were doing a full-fledged one for the console, like not the bullshit stadiums, not snaps,
right?
Not motherfucking Pokemon Go, but like an actual goddamn
that's gonna be
console.
For them.
You said what?
That's gonna be super huge for that platform.
Because look at the install base for Pokemon. What is it, like 20 million or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pokemon, I think it's like the second or the third largest selling like franchise. I think it's like Mario, it might be Tetris, it might be third or something. I know it's up there.
It's in the top 3.
I think Call of Duty up there too, though, right?
Look, I'll be honest. That's the only reason why I have a 3DS or any handheld from Nintendo is because of Pokemon.
Oh shit! They're showing a new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I need that shit too. Well, that leads me off into this too. What are some upcoming games? Let's start with J Bari. What are some upcoming games for PlayStation that you're looking forward to? Like, what has your hype meter on motherfucking full?
Oh, he already said it right there. Kingdom Hearts. Let's go.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, that shit actually looks fucking good too.
Spider-Man for sure. A game that I'm really excited for is Summon Night 6. Yeez 8.
Wait, Summon Night? They came out with another Summon Night?
Yeah, Summon Night coming later this year. So I'm excited for that as well. Yo, I can go all day, man. I was planning to do a video on that as well, man. This ain't, you know, a lot of people be like, yo, I'm excited for like 5 games. Right. Like, yo, this video gonna be long. You know what I mean? But when you talking about, like, it's more so 2018 or
yeah, like 2018. You know, shit that's coming up. You know, that they talked about maybe at E3. Anything that kind of piqued your interest that's you know in the horizon.
Okay. Of course, God of War. The VR games that was shown, that Moss game, the prequel to Until Dawn game, that Bravo team game. Because I'm huge on VR, man. So I want to play those. Hopefully, those come out soon. I don't know if those 2018, but we'll see.
Yeah,
but
VR,
yeah, Spider-Man. Huh?
You have VR, Bari?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
He said you leave him out of Bad and Bougie.
All right. You only get that fishing game then. From
Yo, you know what? I know a lot of people. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the life right here. Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna lose a life right here.
Yo, I really enjoy the fishing aspect in Final Fantasy. I know I'm lame. I'm very lame when I say that.
To be honest with you, man, until you play it, man, like it's like it's a fish on the huge fish is like once you like start fishing for it, you get addicted to that shit for some reason.
Yeah.
Eddie, you gonna lose a life. I'm telling you, really? I did not get addicted to playing Final Fantasy fishing on the game.
I
like the fishing.
I like the game, but yeah, yes, Terry, the fishing was
And then putting that in VR is going to be like a different kind of.
If I wanted to play fishing, I'd go buy fucking Bass Pro and play that. I'm not going to dig around at Final Fantasy fishing.
Yeah, I mean, it's arcadey. It's meant to be fun, not like realistic.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying I enjoyed it. Would I get the game like a full game in that? I don't know. If it comes like a DLC that's like an add-on to Final Fantasy, then it's possible. But I didn't really think it was that bad, man. My bad.
I don't know.
I lose a lot.
Hold on. Oh shit. No, I don't know, man. I can't agree with that.
I don't think it's coming with Final Fantasy. I think it's going to be a standalone game.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's a standalone game. Nah, that ain't.
A standalone, get $59.99 to fucking. It's like FFF, Final Fantasy Fish. FFF.
I don't see me. I don't see it being $60 or anything.
Oh, but another game too. Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Oh,
that is like.
That's the motherfucker, right?
Oh, and Dissidia NT.
Y'all watching Evo? Y'all been keeping up the Evo on the fighter?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
I've been keeping up with Evo. It's looking good, man.
If that Dragon Ball FighterZ don't have like some of the characters and the transformation from Super, I can't do it. I can't buy it.
You can't do it. It's still better than any fucking
Can't do it. Because I'm going to be wanting to play SS Blue Goku or SS Blue.
Yo.
I'm going to be wanting to play that.
Eddie, here's what you do, okay? I want you to buy that Mac console and buy it for that.
That might be.
But Eddie, I think they even showed in the trailer at E3. They showed Goku Blue and Vegeta Blue.
I think so too.
Yeah, they did.
They showed Golden. They showed Golden Frieza.
Yeah, Golden Frieza. Yep.
So give me my life back now.
Give me your life back. Nah.
Because I mean, that think about it, man. They put that out. It's gonna be hot, but then you've already got Xenoverse that has those characters in it. It's like taking a step back. That'll be crazy on the developer part.
But right now,
I don't think it's gonna be a bad. My bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what I heard right now is going on Evo with the Dragon Ball Z Fighter is they're playing the beta, what they played at E3.
Mhm.
What happened at E3 is what they're playing right now on Evo.
That's what they're
That's fucking
showing.
dope. I can't wait to get my hands on that.
I don't
That
think it's
shit's
going to be a
fucking
step
dope.
back because more people are excited for. I know the characters is important. Don't get that twisted, but more people are excited because it's a
2D.
more of a brawler 2D,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z game, and it's being developed by a
Arc
well-known,
systems, yeah.
fighting game. Arc System made great games, but that's why I don't think like the Goku Blue and stuff. It might be in it, but I'll probably see that like a DLC add-on probably later.
Right.
I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about you, Persona? What do you see coming up that's like hype?
Destiny 2 for sure. that is a day one for me. Very excited.
Beta
The
hype.
white PS4? You getting the white PS4?
Yeah, I have that pre-ordered.
God,
Shit.
Oh, and he's got that stuff his game up. He's like,
Right.
I'm definitely excited for Hellblade. Very
yeah.
excited for Battlefront 2, Call of Duty World at War, GT Sport, Nino Kunai 2, Yakuza Kiwami, Shenron Kagura, Beach Splash. I'm trying to think.
just look at your pre-order list, man. You already got them all pre-ordered. I know you guys. I know them guys.
Assassin's Creed,
I see
Assassin's
pictures.
Creed Origin, Matterfall, God of War, Spider-Man, Detroit, Monster Hunter Worlds. What's that CCP game that you was interviewed? What's the game? Yeah, Spark. I looked at that. That's that's definitely gonna be fire right there. DBZ Fighters, like, come on. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Marvel versus Capcom Infinite.
Oh, you said Marvel versus Capcom Infinite?
Yeah, I'm excited. I
lost a life off
that. Oh wow, I lost a lot. Okay,
I'm excited for it too, though. I'm excited for it too. I ain't gonna front.
Oh man, I just lost a life off.
I'm day one getting
Yo, that is crazy. I just lost. Okay, I respect it. I respect it.
I'm definitely picking up that one.
Yeah, Yeez 8, like Bari said, definitely excited for that. I was extremely excited for Final Fantasy 12 that came out this week. I double dipped on that and bought the collector's edition and digital.
Oh, yeah, I heard you did do that.
Yeah, and Dissidia, Final Fantasy 7, Kingdom Hearts 3, Shenmue 3. You know, there's a ton. I could keep naming, but I don't want to take up time. But yeah, those are some of the games I'm excited for. Sure.
Definitely Shenmue. That's like dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying? On Dreamcast, I had that shit popping.
Yeah.
I missed that game so much, man. It was like a big open world too, right? It was like open world game and shit.
I played it for free.
Oh, they did come out with. See, I missed it because I played the first two and then I missed that that off story or whatever it was. It was like a prequel or something like that, or it was like an off story to it.
Man,
I missed that one.
I was like Leon and Bari back then. I downloaded that game and burn it.
Oh, this motherfucker right here.
Wow.
Oh,
I had a dream.
wow.
I had a Dreamcast, and my whole Dreamcast.
You shouldn't
catalog was-
incriminate yourself like that.
I don't care. I had
Wow.
I don't care. I'm white. I ain't gonna do it.
right. This motherfucker privileged his way out of this shit.
my whole catalog was burnt from Dreamcast games. I had the whole
Man,
catalog.
come on, man. You're the reason why we lost Sega.
Sega was already done. Sega was already done because of Sonic.
Nah, they had some hits on
It's your fucking
Dreamcast.
fault. Yeah, it's Mike's fault. Exactly. I'm about to call their ass right
It's always Mike's fault.
now. Right, they probably
Damn.
watching this shit right now, like.
Mike, they doing you dirty. Mike, you the Meg of the group, bruh.
I got it. I got it. Yeah, he's the butt of every joke.
I'm the black sheep of the group.
Right, the white shit.
If you go into like my stream, we even have a command for like Mike fail, so it's all good.
Oh no, Mike, maybe I should just do like a giant life and just take it and fucking. I ain't even gonna do you like that.
I was like, hey, I was honest. I didn't lie.
That's true. Well, see, I was honest too. Like I said, yes, I'm playing Legend of Zelda. Yes, I am playing it at high resolution. You know, and I won't go any further than that because net neutrality is still. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure net neutrality is still at risk. So I don't want to say shit right now. But all right, so what I wanted to do with this segment here was just kind of like ask our guests some questions, just kind of like get kind of personal, kind of dig into like their mindset, you know, on the game industry and just, you know, them as them. So let me start with Jabari. So man, tell me what was the first time, like what was that first game that really hooked you in for like PlayStation or like becoming a big PlayStation fan?
The first game is definitely Crash. That was the game that came, you know, when we got the PlayStation Crash, and I think it was NBA Shootout. But I'll say this: the first game to like really like have me in like feels was definitely Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation. When I completed that game, like I remember my family was surrounding me, they was cheering me on and all that crap. And, you know, that's when I was just like, yo, it's a wrap, man. I'm a PlayStation gamer, and obviously, the best game that ever was created, that ever was made, Final Fantasy VII.
Don't say it. Oh my god!
That solidified it.
I'm not gonna take life for that, but I don't agree with that. But go ahead.
I agree with it.
That is the greatest game ever made, and that is the greatest Final Fantasy.
Yes,
we can debate me.
Yo,
I debate you. I'm Final Fantasy X, man. Give me Final Fantasy X. That was the best one ever made. The fucking combat system was
it's a close second.
I wouldn't even say a second. I'll say 6 is second. Then I will go with me personally. I will go with like 4 or 9 third. But that's just me. No, 10 is probably like 4th in my. Because I'm huge on characters and character development, so that's why I love like 4, 6, 7. Because I feel like when it comes to like the protagonists in those games, even 9, the character development, they started off like one way and it just ends so drastically different. With 10, yeah, Tidus was a cool dude. You know what I mean? He was confused of where the hell he's at.
Tidus.
He probably still confused where he's at.
That's true. Doing that weird ass laugh and shit.
Yeah, but I just feel like when it comes to like Cecil, when it comes to like Cloud, Terra, these guys, they started out so crazy or so nonchalant, but then ended up in such a great way compared to Tidus, how you want to call him, and other characters. Even Leon, I'm not a huge fan of 8. 8 I didn't complete as well, so that's one I got to go and complete. But Final Fantasy 7 is definitely not my favorite Final Fantasy and my favorite game of all time.
Was there ever a moment where like you bought a game for PlayStation and it was like shitty as fuck? Like you bought it, you were hyped, you got it home, you were like, let's go, and
PlayStation exclusive?
Yeah, right. Exclusive.
Oh yeah. There's been plenty. One game I can, speaking on PlayStation 1 era, one game I definitely hated. Like a lot of people liked it, but I didn't like it. Was like Gex. Remember Gex, the lizard?
Oh yeah,
I felt like it was
whack as fuck.
Yeah, I felt like it was like, this joint is confusing. I don't know what the hell's going on, and it tried to be like too much things. Like you try to be a Crash, you try to be a Spyro, a little wannabe, but trying to be this cool James Bond kind of character. Like, get that out of here, man. But I bought it, or not I, but we bought it based off the cover. Like the cover looked cool, I was like, oh, this one might be hot. But when I played it, I was like, this thing kind of back. There's another game called Reloaded. It's like a top-down shooter.
Fucking garbage.
Yeah, I hated that game. You know what I mean? The funny thing about it, I hate that game, but if it were like, say they remastered it or brought it again, I'll probably buy it. It's crazy.
Oh my god! I had that hit on that button. I was about to hit that button. I'm like, he's reminiscing. I don't want to give him a life right now.
Because there's one character I thought was cool in the game. Everybody else was like whack. This dude named Little Cap in Hands.
Oh my god!
The dude with But no, that's the only game I could really really think of off the rip. But it probably has been plenty of PlayStation games that I didn't like that.
Same question for you, Persona. Same question. Just basically, like, what was that game that brought you into like being this huge fan of Sony? What was that one game?
For me, it would actually have to be Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Ooh.
Yeah, I played a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater games when I was young, and after that, it was Crash and Spyro and stuff like that that I really started diving in and really got, hardcore into the PlayStation scene.
Yeah, I love Tony Hawk, man. I put so many hours in that fucking game, dude. Trying to unlock all the like the hidden dudes and shit. And,
yeah, getting those special jumps to make sure you could get the little emblems that be like in the middle of the air and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that shit?
Yeah, I never bought a Tony Hawk game. I always play the demos and the demo.
Oh man, those are the old ones are like really good, really good fun ones.
Man. The controls were like amazing. I don't know that new one that came out.
Nah, that one.
I don't know what the fuck. Remember they had Lil Wayne up in that motherfucker? That shit was garbage. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Lil Wayne whacker than Tony Hawk and shit.
The bugs and all that definitely. Just like, nah, I'm good.
Didn't they have like a? Couldn't you like also buy like the board peripheral for that or something?
Say it again.
That?
Couldn't you also buy? Yeah, that's it. They had like a PS board, like a peripheral board.
Yeah, I think they did have something like that.
I was like, dude, what?
Yeah, and then like when I got like deeper into PlayStation, it was definitely like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Final Fantasy, I'm not gonna say 7 because Bari the hospital about 7. It actually goes 12 for me. It's 12, 10, then 7.
What?
Crazy.
Look, man. I'm not gonna start that debate.
I gotta ask you.
I'm not starting that.
I gotta come at you. I mean, why don't you like 7?
Yeah, no, 7's dope. 7's dope.
Oh, here we go.
And then I played a lot of
shit.
Warriors and stuff like that. Like it was a lot of different variety of games. Chaos Legion, I remember that game.
Okay.
I remember when I was young, right, and I was in a store, and I was begging my mom for a game. She's like, "All right, you could get one game," and I was looking at it, and I was looking at like all these different games, and I don't know what made me pick that up, but I just snatched that game up because the dude looked cool and he kind of looked like Dante. I was just like, "All right."
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll just try this, whatever. And then it's like when I got home and I put it into the system, I was like, yo, this shit is dope. Like this is so yeah, Chaos Legion for sure. It's definitely a dope game.
Hell yeah, that was the reason why I picked it up too, because the cover was like.
Yeah, that cover was crazy.
Shit. Hell yeah, I was like, oh
the
shit,
cover was crazy.
Dante shit. Hell yeah. I think just to kind of throw the question at myself, I think what really made me a huge fan of PlayStation was Legend of Dragoon. Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah.
Bring Dart back, please. Let's go.
Please, let's get a remaster, a remake, something. Because Legend of Dragoon, it was one of those ones that it was like one of those first big kind of like RPGs that I really, really cared about. And it just sucked me in, and it was just like I wanted more of that. And they didn't really. I mean, they brought games that were kind of similar in vein, but nothing like that game. And that kind of
that game was good.
Suikoden as well was a really good one.
Oh yes. Suikoden that shit was amazing.
Yo, Mr. Biggs is in the chat. Legend of Dragoon. One of us bought the game, right? So we used to like interchange, like play this game, then play this game. So we always was battle each other of how far we got in Legend of Dragoon. I love that. Bring that back. We need Dart was a great character. That's another character that I'm talking about, like how he started and how he ended. It was so drastic. You know what I mean? Like I love that dynamic and stuff when it comes to UK.
Absolutely.
Legend of Guy, that was a great one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Legend of Guy, hell yeah. So Sony has started really a lot of trends and they really gave a lot of chance to a lot of developers to kind of design what they wanted. And you have this nostalgic feel about how Sony rise to claim that position that they're in right now. I know PlayStation 3 kind of I would say kind of teeter-totter just because it was hard to develop for, and Xbox 360 and shit kind of had that grasp on everything. But PlayStation 2 was a monster. And that had absolutely everything. God of War, when they showed that trailer of him fighting them big ass bosses, I was like,
that was amazing.
wow.
Yeah, that was very amazing. I agree.
You remember that shit? They had like a whole media blitz on God of War, and it was like
God of War was that truth, man.
Yeah, God of War was very amazing for the time.
I remember those college days. People used to watch me just play that game, bro. Like, yo,
remember that? I used to just check it out here.
Like, yeah, we about to fight this, bro.
Hell yeah, it's like I'm
about to hit him right now. Another game too was Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto was actually something that like kind of pulled me in.
San Andreas. That's the best. One of the best.
I still think Vice City.
I kind of like
that. I'm with Persona. Vice City is my favorite one.
Yeah, Vice City. I mean, San Andreas is amazing. Don't get me wrong.
But San Andreas definitely evolved the series. Yeah. There's things that people don't do now that's in San Andreas, but Vice City was so fun for me, man. I love Vice City.
Yeah, Vice City was really good.
Which one had the best soundtrack?
Andreas.
Andreas
had that motherfucking West Coast popping.
Yeah, San Andreas had good music. I'll give it that.
Yeah, Vice City did have a lot of that '80s shit. You know what I'm saying? I did like that. Yeah,
it felt like a real some real mobster type shit. Like it was really good. It was dope.
It's good, but San Andreas, man, you pull up some motherfucking Ice Cube. You throw that shit up, and those dudes get mad in the corner. They be like, "Grove Street can suck my motherfucking dick," and then you just jump out the car like, "What you say, bitch?"
Damn.
Okay, check this out. All right, when the 360 first hit, who remember the first Saints Row?
I was never really a fan of Saints Row.
I didn't like the first one.
I didn't like 1 or 2.
Third. I like 3 and 4.
Yes, I didn't like 1 and 2. I thought
so.
I want to know is how can you love San Andreas but not show just a little bit of love for the first Saints Row? Because that was a direct copy.
That was a cop out. It was a cop out.
Nah. Because see, here's the difference between San Andreas and motherfucking Saints Row. San Andreas was fun and had an engrossing story, and it looked fucking amazing for that time frame. Saints Row was just like, they made it so I can throw a cup on the ground. Great. But it was nothing else in that shit. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing else.
Right.
But then the third one came out, and it was like amazing to me. That soundtrack, that shit was dope. But I don't know. 1 and 2 was like bullshit.
3 and 4. 3 and 4, and I think Terry agrees, is when they started like adding comedy, and that's when it started getting kind of good.
I loved all of them, so I don't agree with you, Mike. I thought they were all greatness.
No, see,
I loved them all.
The first one, I like the first one
Terry.
because you could
Saints Row is what it is for me. Seriously, I played that first Saints Row, and I never touched a GTA ever since.
That first Saints Row.
I'm hardcore Saints Row fan. I will not play GTA.
I feel
I'm
sorry
gonna tell you,
for you.
Saints Row lost me when they started putting dicks in the game.
You love that shit. That was your main weapon.
That's why
that was your main
motherfucker. About dick physics. He always talking about dick physics. That's why he likes Saints Row 3 or 4. Nah.
Yeah,
hold on. Let me clear that up. I was talking about this game called Conan, and I was saying that there's a dick slider in the game, and but here's the thing: the physics are terrible because your shit sways like cloth. So it's like, what the fuck? I didn't get that, but Eddie blew it up talking about something. I'm all in love with the physics, and that's not fucking true. I was just telling you what was happening.
Okay, so why do you like Saints Row? Dildos.
I like Saints Row the 3rd and 4th because the soundtrack was dope and it became fun. It wasn't fun up until that point.
And I'm gonna say also, Get Out of Hell was just trash.
Yeah, I didn't like Get Out of Hell.
That was boring as crap.
The first Saints Row was dope. I liked it because it's like you had to take over the territory. You could be chilling and somebody roll up on your ass unexpected and start blasting on you, and you might not survive that damn shootout. That shit was actually pretty fucking street.
I didn't like it. So, I thought it was just boring and fucking... You know, it had some things I kind of like the customization on the cards and shit. I did like that, but
That shit was
after
tight
that,
too.
that was it. After that, that was it, though. It was like, damn, this dude feel like he's running in mud. And, you know, the shooting mechanics is like, there's no fucking downside. It's just hope for the best with bullets and shit. I don't know. I didn't like that shit at first.
Did nobody have no good shooting mechanics back then?
What you mean? GTA shooting mechanics was dope.
You crazy? GTA didn't get their shooting mechanics straight until fucking 4.
Hold up. I think you lying, dude. Fuck you,
Yeah,
man.
4 is when you get covered and all that. Yeah.
That's when they start working on the shooting mechanics, man. Because nah, man. I mean, everybody had horrible fucking shooting mechanics when that shit came out.
Am I sounding like a fanboy right now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Shit. Hold on.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our potluck news segment. I know Terry has to stream really soon, and I was trying to get the show in. Well, let me explain something. I had problems yesterday. My wife put a fucking virus on my PC, so I had to back up everything and reinstall my shit. And so we are here today on Saturday, but I cut the show just a little shorter because I wanted to make sure I could get enough in, and I didn't want to, battle stream with some of our panelists, which Terry has to stream soon. So I cut it kind of short. So let's jump right into our potluck news segment here. First things first. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this game. I am. PlayerUnknown. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is getting hardcore servers on PC, and I think Xbox. I can't remember where PlayerUnknown is out on console. But what you guys think? Are you guys fans of the game? Have you ever tested it out? No?
I don't know.
Nobody's trying it out. Am I number one? I know Achilles. I know you played the shit.
Nah, I never played it before. It looks all right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah,
I know. I wait for
the
console.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come to console soon enough.
I thought it was coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
I think
it's on
Xbox
Xbox right now. Yeah.
Okay, so it's on Xbox right now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Achilles, you got it, right? You got it on PC, right? He was here, and now he's gone. Hold on.
Hello, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, boy, I have my hand on the trigger. Boy.
But I mean, I didn't beat it. I always get close to second place. Whatchamacallit. But it's a really good game. Especially like you have a duo squad or a quad squad, and y'all just go around. There's so much potential, so much different situations when you put 4 versus 100. So it's tons of fun. There's no long matchmaking. Like as soon as you die, you like kicked out, but then you hop right back in. It's very smooth. It's very addictive. I think like everybody at Rooster Teeth is playing it. Like everybody, and all my dudes on PC are playing it too. And you can also make money off of it too. We're selling like certain clothes, that you earn throughout the game. You can sell it to somebody. So yeah, it's really dope.
I don't know, man. I love the game, man, but I need to get my game up. That's the fuck I need to do. I need to get good because these dudes, man, you'll think you have somebody, you'll pop somebody, and then you have that fucking dude in draws just wreck you and shit. You're like, damn, not only did he wreck me, but he was in his draws. So, you just kind of get kind of pissed about that. But hardcore servers, I know they said that there's going to be certain items that are not there, certain collectibles and pickups and shit will be harder to find. As well as that fucking circle that kind of draws all the players together will move faster. So that's a little scary. But I'm hyped for that shit. So I hope that ends up being pretty good. Next up, we got Samurai Showdown 5 coming to PS4 and Vita. You guys remember Samurai Showdown?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming out. I think 5 has been out in Japan. I don't think it came over to the States, but this is a States release for PS4 and Vita.
I remember I used to play that game in the arcades all the time, Samurai Showdown.
I think it's from Neo Geo Systems, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Samurai Showdown was good, man. It was like the Mortal Kombat of like Japanese games.
Right.
That's true though. But I remember playing that shit in the arcades, man. I remember, seeing those dope ass sprites that they usually have, all that, like the weapons and shit would clash, in battle and shit. That shit was dope. So I'm glad they're coming out one. I think this was like a 3D one though. I don't think this is like a 2D side scrolling one. I think this is like 3D. So I don't know. I hope it comes up. I hope it ends up well. I'm pretty hyped about that. Next thing is Spider-Man. The developers talked about Spider-Man on PS4, and they said that the open world was 7 times bigger than Sunset Overdrive. That's fucking amazing. What you think, Jabari? What do you think about that? Are you hyped for that?
Oh, of course. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. I've been trying to, listen. This game is going to be a movie. This game is going to be an event. This game is going to be hype, man. So yeah, like I know a lot of people was questioning, other than myself. I wasn't questioning at all. It was when they saw the trailer, they was like, "Oh, is this going to be open world?" I'm trying to tell people, of course, it's going to be open world. Yeah, like what kind of question is that? But yeah, this is to solidify everybody's doubt or anybody concerned. That's going to be huge because Sunset Overdrive, that was a pretty, big game,
right?
So them saying that's going to be like 70% bigger, that's probably going to be really, really, that's going to be a huge city to traverse in. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. They can put all kind of like real time events too. When you have that type of big playground, that shit is going to be amazing.
And I was trying to explain. I know, Bari, you can explain it. I was trying to explain to people on the internet. They're triggered saying that it's all going to be QTE. Like some of those events, I'm like, it's not all going to be QTE. I said you can turn that option off. They even said they could.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. You can just bypass.
I don't get how people can judge off of one E3 gameplay trailer. That's the problem with people.
And the guy's like, I hope you enjoy your QTE game. I was like, what the heck's that?
You know who's saying it. It's the ones who...
I'm not going to, blast them.
If somebody say that, all you gotta be like is, I'm gonna be enjoying my exclusive.
If it wasn't on just only PlayStation, nobody would be complaining about this.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's just how it works.
But like I said, dudes is moist, and you just gotta clear yourself of all the moistness so you can dry out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get out of there. We talked about this a little earlier. White PS4 Destiny 2 bundle.
Oh, dude,
yeah, that shit looks sick. There were some photos I think released. It was like some 4K photos of the system and shit. And it's looking pretty fucking sleek. I don't know, Mike. You might get me. I may have to get that white one with with God of War. So I can have me ready for God of War. I don't know, man.
God of War ain't coming out until 2018. He ain't getting that.
I'm the opposite. I think this looks. I think it's cool, but I think it should have just been a normal. Color that should have been out. Like with Destiny, I think I would like to see like a more custom, pro.
Yeah.
Console, but just having a white console, I think that's just normal.
Speaking of marketing rights, and that's like a marketing right, that white console, and we're getting Spider-Man. PlayStation is. I can actually see them making a PlayStation, like Spider-Man colored, dude.
Yeah, they need to have a
PlayStation Pro Spider-Man.
Ooh, that would be kind of fucking dope. Have like the chest part on the flat part, and
I got a War one.
That's what I really want. That's the one I really want.
They do a God of War one. I might get that too.
PlayStation
have all of them. Someone's gonna have all of me. Like, man, I got all the heroes.
They haven't done well with custom bundles, so it might just be like a regular colored thing. So, I mean,
even if the console is just red, I think would still be. Suffice.
Be worth it.
It is red and blue.
Sony been dropping the ball on that because, they had a Destiny console not last year, but 2 years ago, right? They had they had a design on it. Then the Final Fantasy 15 console had a design. Um, they really should like what I'm saying, listen to the fans on this one, but because they missed it. I mean, come on, man. When that Star Wars Battlefront came out, that was the biggest opportunity for them to actually like just break the bank. But they didn't do it.
I thought Battlefront 2 was getting a special edition console.
I think they are.
They getting a special edition box.
Yeah.
I thought the console itself was going to be like a color and all that other stuff.
Nah, they showed it. They showed the Pro. It's gonna be like in a special little box. It's gonna look fancy, but it's not like It's not like.
I can't play no box.
They need an art designer on there.
It's like
what I think it is though. No bullshit. I honestly do think, and I think Sony right now that putting money into that is just something that it is smart to do, but. They got a lot of marketing deals, man. That might be a little, they might have to wait till that fills back up before they start going
Destiny,
back.
Destiny is their though for PlayStation. They did it the last expansion with the what's it called?
Taken King.
Taken King, and they had that custom, white joint. That joint was hot. That sold a lot of consoles. Just having a white one like this, it should at least have like a Destiny 2 or something on it.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Some kind of engraving.
It was like the I think it was like the Batman. Didn't it? Batman have like a special engraving? It was like.
Yeah, the Batman joint. That was hot.
That was hot. I went to my local GameStop. It was like sold out within a day. It had like a special engraving and it was great. That was
I had to fight myself. I had to fight myself with a Batman and try like, yo, Bari, you already got a PS4.
Like, Bari a better man than me because when I seen that Uncharted 4 PS4, I bought that shit too. Yo, I got that shit sitting in the box. I never even opened it. It's just sitting there.
I canceled it. I canceled Uncharted 1 like 2 days before it was about to be shit. I was like, yo, Bari, do you really need And I was like,
so there you go.
I did that with the Star Wars one because I wanted that Darth Vader and I had it pre-ordered, and then I was like, you know what? Nah, let me put.
Didn't neither one of y'all get lucky enough to get the? Didn't neither one of y'all get lucky enough to get the 20th anniversary PlayStation 4?
No.
Yo, look, let me tell you something. I was at PSX, and the line to get it was so long. I couldn't even get one by the time I got there.
And the website was shut down. You couldn't even order one.
Oh, rip. Damn. I know that shit was hard to find. They had that shit on eBay too. Yep. And that shit was like $1 trillion. Like, fuck it. I don't need it that much. But I'll just wave to it and cry by myself. Let's see. Planet of the Apes. I know I usually try to throw movie shit in here for Preston, even though he ain't here today. But Planet of the Apes movie in theaters right now. What you think?
I'm gonna watch it. I watch all the other ones, so
yeah, I'm gonna watch it as well. I'll watch it.
No, Preston already seen it, so.
I watched the spoiler review on it.
Yeah, one of my boys seen it. He said it was really good. He said it was the best one out of the other two. So,
damn.
I talked to Preston. He told me it was the best movie he's seen for this summer. He said it's going to be the summer box office. It's going to sweep the box. He said it's going to sweep the summer.
I don't know. That's Spider-Man. I don't know.
See, that's what I wanted.
Spider-Man.
See, that's why
I don't think Planet of the Apes is going to outsell Spider-Man.
I don't think so either. That's
one of the Marvel movies.
That's why I wanted to ask you boys, since you boys are here, and I know you both, like Spider-Man. What did you all think about Spider-Man the movie?
Go ahead, Barry. You go.
No, so you gonna attack me? I might be a little.
I was gonna be a little long-winded too, but go ahead, go first. Go ahead. We'll
all right, so check this out. I have
see when he say that, he's about to talk forever. All right, hold on. Let me see.
Hold on, I got playoff music if I need it. I got
it. Nah, go ahead, Barry. I'm messing around. Go ahead.
All right. So when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe things, I like the start of the movie of where it's going. You know what I mean? How they just got Spider-Man and they, incorporated him within the cinematic universe. I did think overall in the movie, a little too much Tony Stark. I didn't feel like he should have been like that father figure, where they could have used, that's a typical origin thing from Spider-Man, like his Uncle Ben. You know what I mean? You got Tony Stark telling him, "Oh, if you're nothing with it, if you can't go with a suit, then you're nothing," or some shit like. Nah, where's the original quote? With great power comes great responsibilities. That's what we want to hear for Spider-Man, not Tony Stark. Tony Stark.
How Tony Stark gonna say that and never run out without the uniform? You know
exactly.
Yo, that is an amazing point, though. Like,
exactly. You know what I mean? Like, Tony Stark in himself is a contradiction. He's a great dude as far as Marvel, but he's a walking contradiction. Now, this is the comic book purist of me. This is where I overall like the movie for what it was, right? But with a comic book purist of me thinking of watching this movie, there's a lot of misses and there's a lot of wrongs with this movie.
A lot.
Just basing it off, they're just mixing up universes. Even though Marvel Cinematic has already been mixing up the universe between the regular continuity of 616 and you have the Ultimate Universe. You know what I mean? But I just feel like you're sending like when I see things like that, I feel like people don't really like, especially people that's new to like comic books and new to Spider-Man, they're not gonna really see the Spider-Man story that was already there. You know what I mean? The story that's already canon of what's Peter Parker and how he developed to be, Spider-Man. And I feel like on a comic book aspect, if you're going in as a purist, you're going to be like, I don't like this movie at all. You know what I mean? So you have to like negate that purist mindset. And like, no, this is a Marvel movie, man.
I want to say it all depends on how you take it, because like if you're a big fan of of Spider-Man, about he has his own Spider universe, So if you just take that as a different universe approach to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing is they're mixing up universes. You got the regular, Peter Parker, then you have Miles Morales within your story. And you're mixing
That's
up.
what I'm saying. So it's an alternate universe where this universe they mixed the original Spider-Man with Morales is the way I took it. You know what I mean?
But that's crazy because it's not even on that. It's not even the Spider-Man level. It's also on the character level. Even his friend.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be Pinky, but his name is one of the Hobgoblin. He became Hobgoblin. Ned Lee. He was a Hobgoblin character.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you're taking so much. You just put in characters and put them like in a pot and then creating stew. And then here's the stew that came out.
Here's a homecoming. Here you go.
Yeah. But overall, for a movie, from not looking at it from a comic book purist standpoint, I did enjoy it and I did like what they're doing with it. But I would love to see a little bit more. That's my thing with a comic books movie. You already have the source. You already have the origin stories. You already have the template. But they love to divert from it so much. And that's the reason why a lot of people, like the hardcore fans, they will come out to see these comic book movies because we would like to see something that we grew up upon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's just crazy to me. Like, but I'll cut it short. I can go all day.
I feel you, though. I feel you, man. Believe it, I do. Persona, you said that you had a opinion about that too, right?
Yeah, I'll keep it short. As a comic book guy, the movie personally just was it was a good movie. It was one thing I think is the problem with Marvel movies in general is they try too hard to make these movies funny and not enough of being a superhero movie. Like everything isn't a joke, everything isn't funny, everything isn't has to be a laugh. And don't get me wrong, the stuff sometimes is funny, but when you're looking at it from a comic book perspective, certain things just isn't. It doesn't need to be a ha moment, For Spider-Man, one thing that I will say that they did a good job with, Tom Holland as Spider-Man, I think is the perfect fit.
Yep.
He is a very good Spider-Man. I think he's better than Andrew Garfield. Toby, not quite. I think Toby kind of edges him out just a tiny bit, but he is a very good Spider-Man. One thing I don't like is how he was calling Aunt May. Like that, just I don't know, like that irritated the shit out of me. Like that's very
that's the comic book purist in you right there.
Yeah, like hearing him just call her May. I'm like, yo, I'm a 25-year-old man and I still call my grandmother Nana. So it's like, you know what like that like irritated me.
You wanted him to put you wanted him to put some respect on her name.
Put some, literally. Like I don't know, cause like even with my aunts and uncles, like I still call them like aunt, whatever. Like I feel something, and that's just a small detail or a small gripe with me, and that's just me overanalyzing. But just him calling her May, that should just
catching up shit out of me, bro. Kids nowadays be like, "Hey, May," and you gotta remember too, like Aunt May is not like a blood relative. She's just his aunt because of Uncle Ben.
Aunt May,
right? Aunt May.
They call her Aunt May.
Did y'all read what Tom Holland said? He wouldn't mind having Tobey Maguire being Uncle Ben.
Don't listen
I don't
to
know
him,
if he was throwing shade. I think he was kind of throwing shade. I really do that.
Uncle Ben is a very important character in Spider-Man, so I would take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
but a lot of people probably take that as shade because he was a past Spider-Man. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
no, that shit wouldn't work.
The whole MJ situation. Look, man. Yo, I'm sorry. This is just the comic book guy in me. Liz was cool or whatever, and that little twist. Wait, did everybody see it before I start talking about stuff?
I was about to say spoiler alert, spoiler alert,
spoiler. Yeah, spoiler. You know that little twist with Liz, and you know you open the door and it's Vulture. It's like, really, like what? You know, like shit like that, and then like no MJ, no Gwen. I hated Flash Gordon. Like I feel that's not no bully in my eyes. Like I'm sorry, like
Thompson.
Flash. Why I say Flash Gordon?
shit!
All right, yeah, take a life. Go ahead, take a life. I don't know why I said Flash Gordon. Flash Thompson. You know what I'm talking about.
Flash Gordon is
yo, why did I say Flash Gordon? What am I thinking of that I said Flash Gordon?
That's his own.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, Flash Gordon.
That's just like me from last week. I couldn't even think of Winter Soldier's name. I said the guy with the silver arm.
Yeah, I don't know why I called him Flash Gordon. Flash Thompson. I don't know why I said Gordon just now. Flash Thompson.
Because you were in superhero mindset. You were thinking Flash Gordon, old school ass garbage superhero.
Yeah, that's why I was
you know, like, you know, him, the Flash Thompson, he just didn't feel like a bully to me. He just seemed like, I don't know, that didn't feel like a bully. Like, regardless of how, you know, he was harping on Spider-Man, that just didn't fit. I don't know. I don't know. Vulture was good. Keaton was really good as an actor. You know, he did good in that role. Yeah, he did really good in the role.
Keaton's
the Vulture suit, all of that was very, very done, very well. I don't think Stark was in it too much, but I do understand what Bari was saying with like making it look like Stark was teaching Parker how to be a superhero. Look, man, I don't know where these writers come from. You feel me? But Stark ain't really get a hold of Spider-Man until he was an adult. So look, I don't get any of that. And then you showed the Iron Spider suit after Civil War. Like, yo, it was so many things with this movie that just.
There's a part 2 of Civil War coming though.
It was very aggravating.
See what it is with Civil War. They kind of jumped the gun with Civil War. Yeah. Then they started taking from the Ultimate Universe, and then they kind of messed up with it because they made Captain America a fucking war criminal, right? Which he's supposed to have been the one teaching Peter Parker how to be a hero. To be honest with you, and because y'all know the story and everything, and where Miles ends up coming in because Peter took a bullet for Captain America and shit. I mean, they kind of jumped the gun with Civil War. That's like the catalyst of shaking things up for the cinematic universe. That one movie.
Yeah. And then you know, so you saw the Iron Spider suit after, and then Ned, he was funny. Like, he was very funny in the movie. Like, he was. But, you know, I feel he was sometimes he didn't seem like Tony, I keep saying Tony. He didn't seem like Spider-Man's friend to me with some of the shit he was doing, bro. I tell you, to keep your mouth shut and you talking, yo, where I'm from, like, bro, you can push it up, like, keep your mouth shut, bro, shut up. Like, I don't know, certain things, I'm just like, he was a little too involved in the superhero aspect of of what Parker was trying to do. But I mean,
Want to be mature, bro?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. And then the ship scene. Yo, man, I was hoping for remember Spider-Man 2 with the whole train and everything. I was hoping for something like that with this, where that would really be his, I'm a superhero type shit. But you didn't really get. I thought that's what it was, and that wasn't it. It was really the part where the building fell on him, and he had to like lift the whole shit up to get up out of there. Like that was like a very powerful scene that I like. But I don't know. It's very casual Spider-Man, and this is just me speculating. I was talking to one of my friends that I went to go see it with, and he pretty much, we were talking, and he was like how because they got a lot of the Miles Morales stuff in here as well. So I feel that they're gonna do like 3 movies with Parker, and then give him back to Sony, and then they can continue on with Miles Morales, because Marvel still owns the rights and stuff like that to Miles, so they can just build off of that. That's why all of this is so not Parker. Like none of this really feels like Parker. So
you know who Child Gambino was, right?
That was Miles' uncle.
Yeah.
Prowler.
I think what it was, they was trying to be very careful with Spider-Man, because every Spider-Man movie, got some kind of criticism, regardless. Us fans of Spider-Man, we enjoyed all of them besides Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, 3 was garbage.
Yeah, so. It's just they receive a shit ton of criticism. Whereas with this one, I think they was being very careful with it. It was like kind of like they wanted to go there, but then they dialed it back a little bit. Then they want to go there again, then they kept dialing it back just a little bit.
One thing I will say, they had the dialogue right too, because when Parker was in the suit, he was still, he was still like himself. It felt like a very good, playful Spider-Man. Like that part is fine, but it's just that world he was surrounded around. It just really felt out of place personally to me.
I personally like the movie because it was yes, he has this amazing powers, he had this amazing abilities, but he's still learning on how to incorporate that as being a hero. Like he's still learning a lot of things, and I really like that there's going to be growth within the story. You see, we going back to the RPG thing, growth. You know what I mean? And like with Spider-Man, Spider-Man has amazing abilities, comic books as well. There was still times where he was like, "Yo, sometimes I got to learn to pull back. I got to learn how to do this, take care of this job properly. I have to learn how to save people from falling. Gwen Stacy, hint. You know what I mean? So there's things that he's always learning, and you know what I mean? He's not this ultimate Spider-Man like the other Spider-Mans. He got bitten and everybody is swinging perfectly. And you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question, Bari, or ask the whole panel. I'll say, so you telling me we gotta wait for a second movie for him to get a spider sense?
No, he got his
spider sense. We gotta wait. How many movies till we get some spider sense?
Wait a minute, no, let me explain.
He has the spider sense.
Yeah, he has the spider sense because he was dodging the vulture's wings when they first came out. It's just that he don't really know what was going on. He don't know about everything he can do. So yeah, we're gonna have to. It's like Bari said. It's kind of like an RPG.
Persona know why he asked that question. Let me tell you. As I said that stuff with the development of Spider-Man, there's one thing Spider-Man always had from the beginning of the work. Go Amazing Spider-Man #1, where you fight Chameleon, and he had to have this stuff because Chameleon. What can Chameleon do? He can shapeshift and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's spider sense. You can't damage control that. I'm sorry.
Let me step in. He has spider sense. The only thing is the weakness to spider sense is if he doesn't believe that he's in danger, he ignores it. That's why Vulture was able to drop the building on him. The spider sense was going off, but he felt like you're missing, or he took it out of context that he wasn't going to get hurt, and that's why the building dropped on him. He has spider sense. It's just they didn't want to show it off in the movie because they've done it so many times, is what the director said.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
And plus, y'all gotta understand, when it comes to making movies, they're gonna always not do it the way we want them to.
That's true, because I felt that Power Rangers, they had no call outs in Power Rangers. When they fucking
yo, that
that
hurt.
triggered me.
Yo, don't get me started on politics.
I was gonna say, let me do this. That's a good segment into being triggered.
Oh my god.
Let's go into our segue of what's called the final round. Now, the final round, just to explain for our guest here, is a area to vent. It's something that may have pissed you off during the week, something with the game industry that you want to vent about. We usually give it first dibs to our guests, but any one of us panelists can take it. But, you get the floor. We can't interrupt you. We can't say you wrong. And you get the floor for about a minute or two.
And this is the best time because Preston is not here.
Yeah, he's not here. He will interrupt. So if there's something that you want to talk about, Jabari or Persona, if something you want to get off your chest, let me go ahead and set it up and let me know. Do you want it? Is that what you want? Do you guys want it?
Nah, when Bari laugh like that, he
ready. He ready.
That's what I'm
doing.
doing.
So let's do this. Let's induct. We got Jabari in
final round.
Oh,
go.
I need that soundboard, bro. Whatever it is you got, I need that.
Listen. Let me tell you something about life. I was gonna get back into the whole Spider Sense thing because I see in the comment section the whole Spider Sense, but I'm gonna save that because I could get into a whole bigger debate.
That's a podcast in itself.
Yeah, but this is what I'm going to talk about because this is more relevant as far as with my Twitter and all that stuff. On my YouTube channel, people. Everybody can have an opinion other than Jay Bari. Right? Jay Bari has an opinion about Xbox or Nintendo. Everybody goes crazy. You know what I mean? If I go and say something like Marvel vs. Capcom, the graphics look like shit, and Chun-Li face looks like shit. This is an outrage. This is a travesty. Nobody bats an eye. But when I say something like Crackdown looks like shit, you know what I mean? Everybody goes mad. Everybody goes crazy. Oh, you shouldn't be talking about these things because you're a PlayStation game. Why are you talking about Xbox? You're not going to play Crackdown. Or if I'm talking about the Xbox One X and things that, it didn't really capture me in E3 and I didn't feel like Xbox sold me on getting another Xbox. Why do you care? It's a gaming related topic. People want to talk about gaming on these YouTube channels. Oh, Britt, keep it gaming, bro. Keep it gaming. You're talking about gaming. It might not be on your platform, but you're keeping your opinion. Everybody goes ape shit. You know what I mean? And then people that you listen, people. I gotta say this real quick. I'm gonna brag a little bit. I'm a very knowledgeable guy. You know what I mean? I might not come off and do certain things like I'm this upbeat, snotty, know-it-all type dude. I'm very chill and relaxed. I like to observe and chill and ask questions to see how people is thinking. When you try to come with me with numbers and sales, please come correct. Okay, please come correct.
Sorry, don't know that.
Because you're talking to a senior accountant and a controller. Okay, so when I give you my opinions or when I try to break something down when it comes to numbers, it's coming from a standpoint of this is what I do out here. You know what I mean? This is my career. You know what I mean? I break these stuff down on a monthly basis, weekly basis, all that crap. So I don't need the Google warriors out here that does research something.
I'm gonna say Google warriors.
That's the age that we live in.
Shots fired.
We live in an age where people, just because Google is there, they think they can formulate these opinions just off the thin air. You know what I mean? Instead of working hard or taking the proper courses or learning to speak on the matter. You know what I mean? It's just like computers. I don't know really shit about like PC per se or building a PC. I'm not gonna Google the shit like blah 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 blah. Okay, yes, I gotta do this, and you know what I mean? I'm gonna look like a dumbass. You know, there's people that have went through the training and all that stuff to do all this stuff. I'm not gonna speak on PC, or PC gaming. You know what I mean? It's just crazy how people back to the beginning. How people everybody has such an issue when I say things or I bring up a gaming topic. You know what I mean? I had somebody disagree or whatever with my YouTube video about Dragon Ball Z fighters, and I'm worried about it on Xbox. But when I watched the response, the person was actually agreeing with everything I was saying. You know what I mean? People on Xbox don't buy these games or things like that. Or, you know, these fighting games are very niche on Xbox. But my whole point of me saying that I'm worried on Xbox is the fact that to build awareness that, yo, people should be buying these games. It shouldn't be a thing where, oh, the Xbox gamer don't play that. Yeah, I understand it. That can be true at times, but overall, everybody want this neutrality when it comes to gaming. Everybody hate fanboys, but you know what I mean? Everybody's so quick to you know, separate and tell you that the Xbox gamer don't play this or this and that. You know what I mean? I could use prejudice, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And the last thing, you know what I mean? Like, yo, it's because Jay Bari said something. I guess is my approach, but ultimately when I look at these responses, I'd be like, yo, you're saying the same shit I'm saying, but it's a different approach. You're being a much more nicer, neutral gamer or whatever, where I'm hitting you home like, yo, you Xbox motherfuckers did it. You know what I mean? But yo, last thing, neutral gamers. I don't think you exist. Anybody that wants to debate me on it, debate me. I don't think a neutral gamer exists. I feel like that everybody has a preference. But you notice this is always the key thing about neutral gamer. And Achilles got to prove it right here. When somebody said they are a neutral gamer,
I'm a neutral fanboy.
Just look at the platform they prefer. Look at all the neutral gamers we know on YouTube that say they're neutral gamers. What platform they prefer? PC. If these guys that come out here, they're neutral.
No.
You're not a neutral gamer.
Start an argument, bro.
Yo, a neutral. Listen, if you're a neutral gamer, right? I look at a neutral gamer as you're not having a preference on anything. You just play the games just to play it. But these people that have, I see PlayStation gamers claiming, "Oh, I'm neutral, bro. I prefer PlayStation." You're not neutral. You prefer PlayStation. Let's say you're a PlayStation gamer that play on other consoles. Xbox gamer. If you prefer Xbox, you're an Xbox gamer that can play on other consoles. That neutral gamer crap it gets on my nerve because those are the gamers that always seems to be, like I said in the beginning, butthurt. They always try to, attest to your knowledge. They always try to attack your credibility. You know what I mean? Those are the guys that take it outside of gaming realms. Like, I've had many debates with fanboys, and regardless of the dumb shit that they say, or you know what I mean, the things that they say, it's always in the gaming, realm. But these neutral quote unquote gamers, yo, they come out and they be so butthurt. Hey, you're an idiot. Where did your mom or say something about your mama or something? I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? Like I said on Twitter, gamers can't have constructive conversations no more because everybody is too invested, or their emotions is too tied into things. But yet they're neutral gamers. That's all I gotta say. I'm done.
Oh my God.
Is there anybody, Persona? Do you have a gripe before I hit the round?
I mean, Bari kind of, when it comes to that, thinking me and him are kind of on the same page with that. But I think my gripe personally, I remember earlier you said you don't really see me debating a lot of people on Twitter anymore. That's because one of my issues that I have with not just Twitter but social media in general is a lot of people on social media, they tend to argue the same thing every day. Yeah. Like it's the same same arguments every single day. And I'm not one for that shit. Like, I'll say it once, I'll debate you one or two times. If I got to keep telling you the same thing over and over, I just don't care anymore. And that's kind of the type of person that I am. And that's kind of a problem that I've seen in, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. A lot of people tend to talk about the same things. Like every video, or every other video, it's the same thing they're talking about when it comes to the graphical things about this not having no games, this not having this and that, and shit like that. I can't do. I just can't. I can't do that shit every day or every week. So yeah, guys, find something new to talk about, man. Find something new to debate about. Understand power is everything or whatever, but to talk about that every single day, it's just, I don't want to talk about the same shit. Get something new to talk about. talk about the games now. Let's talk about the games. Talk about how the games look, how the games play, how the games feel, what you're excited about. Let's just talk about something else.
Too much trigger assness is going on.
Yeah. Nah, he's right. I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm more of a
about
peaceful.
these moist dudes. You go in, man.
But yeah, it's a lot of people, like Bari said, their emotions is really intertwined into a lot of this gaming discussions and topics.
Hey, AJ Bari, you're a PlayStation fanboy. Stop talking about Xbox. I have had more Xbox Ones than PlayStation 4s.
That's not a lie. He bought the OG. He bought the Elite. There's too many emotions and things like that tied into gaming these days. A lot of people can't just play games. A lot of people can't just disagree. And this isn't just in gaming. This is in just period. Like, people walk around on the internet or type around, whatever you want to call it, with their chip on their shoulder or on their fingers, whatever. People can't just disagree. Like within the council, one thing that's really big when it comes to what we talk about a lot is comic books. We talk a lot about comic books to the point where if you don't know us, you would think we were fighting, because that's how it is. Like we're it's borderline fighting, like no lie. Especially like when we talk about like these movies and compare them to comic books and stuff. Those conversations are very, very heated, but it's never any animosity or we don't feel, we're not friends after because we disagree. Nah, that's just how we are, But a lot of people on the internet, they'll debate you and then they want to dox you after, or they'll debate you, they'll lose the debate or they'll look stupid and they'll block you. They'll debate you and then, afterwards they want to, meme your pictures, meme your mom, meme your family. Look, man, I don't care about games that much to want to go to those levels, honestly. And I love video games with all my heart. Facts. You can say whatever you want about PlayStation. That ain't gonna stop me from playing my exclusives. You feel me? It ain't gonna stop me from enjoying my games. You feel me? You can say PlayStation Pro is garbage compared to Xbox One X. I still got a $1,600 TV hanging on my wall. I don't care. Like I'm playing my games. I don't care. So yeah.
Dudes would tag me on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this game is trash. Okay, I'm still playing it.
I'm still People don't tag me because I don't respond. Like, all right, bro, you got it. I'm not gonna debate you on something you ain't never played. That's another thing too. People they really try to debate
you. So I got a question.
Hold on, let me end it. I have to end it because final round's different. And the council was in the
final round.
All right, let's go. Go ahead, Eddie.
All right, I didn't know y'all talk about comic books a lot like that. I just want to know what as far as like Spider-Man goes, what is your favorite story arc?
Spider-Man, what you talking about kind
Yeah.
One story arc that's not really popular is the clone saga. I kind of like that saga because it brings a different aspect of Peter Parker, where you had Kane, then you had Ben Reilly. When it ended up where Ben Reilly was the true Peter Parker and all that shit, it was a wacky story that you're dealing with. And there's also within it where Mary Jane wasn't a real Mary Jane. You know what I mean? It was very crazy. Also, I do like Venom. Venom was one of my favorite villains. Yes. So the introduction of Venom and how Venom, the origin of Venom, how crazy he became. But a lot of people think he just went right away to Spider-Man, but he didn't. I think he went to Deadpool before he went to Spider-Man. That's how he became so insane. The symbiote. So Venom's story arc is always cool, and I just like how Venom started off with his main villain, but now he's kind of like the anti-hero. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and then you had Flash, kind of helping with, being Venom a little bit now. So he helping with Spider-Man. So, like I said, dynamic between characters. I like that shit. So yeah, Venom is a story arc I love. I can go even deeper, man. Doc Ock.
That's my favorite.
I was gonna ask you about the Doc Ock one.
But that's my favorite too, man. Venom, man, that story hooked me into like the Spider-Man universe, man, because it was
Yes.
like that opposite of who Spider-Man was. You know, it was like this dude kind of had a valid disdain for, you know, Spider-Man or Peter Parker as a whole, and it was just like, you know, and the suit kind of validated some of it. And you know, it was just amazing. Like even when it went on Spider-Man, and he had the black suit, he was like stronger than normal. Remember how hyped that was when he was like, "Oh shit," you know, Spider Man's like lifting the side of a building and dumb shit. You know, so it was
They
like,
had to question themselves, like, yo, I'm not. This is the shit I'm not normally doing. What the? Why am I doing this shit?
yeah. Remember he's like, "Why is he doing?" He started getting angrier, and he was like, he was braver, and he was like talking more shit, and it was just like, I loved that aspect of that story arc. So
Y'all
Venom is
read
one of my favorite. Yeah.
Y'all read Superior Spider-Man?
I read some of it.
I did.
That
I
shit.
wanted to check it out. I didn't get a chance to check it out. I
Spider-Man is
wanted to
dope.
though.
That's when Doc Ock put
Yeah.
his brain into Spider-Man body because he always is trying to prove that he's the better Spider-Man because he ended up dying. Spider-Man ended up dying, so Doc Ock implanted his brain into him. Had the arms on his suit and all that stuff, trying to prove that he is the better
But
Spider-Man.
to find out, damn, Parker was just better. Period.
Yeah.
And he ended up actually kind of like reforming down Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was
Oh,
dope.
thank you.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
That
I
shit
didn't
was
see
dope.
that.
The
Hey,
point you brought up, Danny, about Doc Ock, taking too many punches, they actually bring that up in the series. Like his body's deteriorating because he took too many super punches.
Damn, he's just Superman punches
Yeah,
like
was
Roman
good.
Reigns.
I
heard that
He's
slip
just
up.
Roman Reigns. That motherfucker.
My bad, I'm playing
y'all-
Kingdom Hearts.
Did any one of y'all catch the Back in Black story arc?
The who?
The Back in Black.
When he when he went inside the prison and fucked down the Kingpin up because he had shot. He tried to kill Spider-Man. This is right after the Civil War when he took and revealed himself to the world.
Yeah.
And the Kingpin put a hit out on him, and he ended up shooting Aunt May, and she was really getting ready to fuck. Aunt May was getting ready to die, but then they changed it with Spider-Man: A New Day. If I'm right, that's correct.
Oh yeah, cause Parker warned people too, like, yo, if you come at my family, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, he beat the damn crap out of him just as Peter Parker. He was getting ready to, he could have killed damn Kingpin. It was like one of those
Tony
moments.
Stark for that shit too. Like your Tony Stark, man, talk on you, motherfucker.
That's when they took in after that arc. That's when they took in, like, just said, okay, we're gonna reverse everything, and then they did the Spider-Man: A New Day when he made a deal with the devil, and just to get Aunt May back, he had to lose Mary Jane. As far as like she never met him before, and then they just kind of like rebooted the series. That shit was damn fucking dope. I think.
Yo, you know what was dope too? When Spider-Man was talking to the one above all.
Yeah,
he came in as like a bum. I forgot what the
it was like a Jesus moment.
Yeah, he was talking like, yo, man, if you can do reverse all this stuff, and my man was like, what would you do with my power? And all, he was just trying to learn, Peter Parker and all that shit.
Yeah, I got both of them books. I got the it's like they split the Back in Black
the anthology.
Like two. Yeah, the hardcover shit. I mean, I got that shit right there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit, I was in a dark place in my life, and that shit.
That was a subtle comment. No action really. It was conversation, man.
Yeah.
My man Peter Parker met the one above. The one above all, man. That is like the overseer. Everything Marvel. That's like the most ultimate powerful being.
It's basically like Stan Lee inside of the comic books.
I'm definitely gonna have to check that shit out for sure.
Yeah, I gotta read that. That sounds dope. Yeah.
I know we can go on and on. I know we can. We can take this show forever, and I do want to, but I know Terry has to stream, and I don't. We already went over because I was loving the conversation. So, Terry, hopefully you get a little bit of time before you stream. But I want to thank the guests today, Jay Bari and Persona, the Council, Mind of a Gamer, What's Up PlayStation, all of that shit that's encompassed. Thank you guys for coming on, man. I really do appreciate you taking your time on this Saturday and just, like I said, I apologize about yesterday, man. It was terrible. But shit, we got it. We did it today. So thank you guys, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Thank you for
Oh no,
having
man.
me.
Thanks for the invite.
No problem,
Yeah.
no problem. We can do this again. And like I said, we're gonna get together on that platform versus council tournament. So Jabari, hit me up, man.
I'm with it.
We'll work out the schematics on that shit. And but I want to thank everybody else too. Achilles, Cat Terri, Eddie, Leon, Big Mike, motherfucking Austin, whose shit was shitty, but he was able to check the show out. Thank everybody for watching. I see Mr. Official showed up. What's up, man? What's up, bro? Darren, Diddy, Chaco, my twin bro, Primetime. What's up, man? Thank everybody in chat. Thank you for keeping it lively. Thank you for checking out the show. Once again, we come on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Let me give Jay Bari a quick shout out on everything he's doing. Then after that, Persona, tell us where you can find you and everything. I already have your links and shit in the description, but let's do a final thing for y'all, and then we'll go with the outro. So, Jay Bari.
Oh yeah, man. It's your boy Jay Bari. You can find me on YouTube, Jay Bari. You can find me on Twitter. That is going to be J_Bari YT. Yeah, online arcade, toa.challenge.com. If you guys want to find out anything that the online arcade is doing, you type in TOA at .challenge.com. Also, we do have a Patreon. It's not mandatory, but if you guys want to support anything that we're doing here, we do have a Patreon for anybody that want to do that. So you can go to Patreon and go to the online arcade. And we do have an official Twitter for the online arcade at the online arcade. But yeah, man, a lot of online arcade stuff is going to get pumped out. We got 2 tournaments coming up in the end of the month, which is Chaos Code and King of Fighters. Then we have Premiere Month next month in August. That's going to have Injustice 2 and Tekken 7 Premiere tournaments. Premiere tournaments mean that we have like a prize pool where we actually pay out through PayPal. So there's actual money that we're paying out. It's $150 is a prize pot, and for Tekken it's $250, and for Injustice is $150. So it's a total like a $400 total for the 2 tournament prize pot. So if you guys want to sign up, go to toa.challenge.com, find the tournament, click on it, sign up, read the rules. There's a Discord as well. There's a Discord link as well, so you can sign up. You can go into the Discord, so we can easily communicate with you as far as tournament times and rules and stuff like that. But yeah, read the rules. I'm sorry, I'm going too long. My bad.
That's all right. That's all right. Persona.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank the Platform Live for having me as a guest. Thank you guys for having me on. It was really fun, really good conversation, and thank you. First off, shout out to the council. Not but love for those guys over there. That's the council fam. For me, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's persona_YT. I tweet all the time, have conversations. I do debates, all that good stuff. I try to, or whatever. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gaming with Persona, all one word. I am the host of Mind of a Gamer podcast every Saturday at 11 a.m. EST. And I also have my own weekly series called When Persona Speaks every Wednesday at 7 p.m. EST. And it's a little bit more personal, where, me and the viewers, we talk, and, they ask me questions, and we have good discussion. Also a TOA member, one of the, partners, I guess, TOA partner. Shout out to the online arcade. Like Bari said, we do have a lot of tournaments. All the tournaments are completely free. You don't have to pay for anything to sign up. Sign up is completely free. All you got to do is, like Bari said, read the rules and show up. That's all you got to do. A couple people here were in some of the tournaments, so they can tell you that the tournaments is all free. It ain't no bullshit tournaments. We try to keep everything as professional and as streamlined as possible. During the tournaments, especially for Premier tournaments, we do giveaways. We give away games. We give away PSN cards, all that good stuff. Not every tournament, but most Premier tournaments, that's what we do. And yeah, man, support, support the channel, support what I do. If you do, thank you. Support these guys at the platform live, man. They doing some great stuff over here. Support Jay Bari. Shout out to my mod crew, Mr. Official VG and Demigod Reviews, man. Shout out to them. Appreciate y'all. And again, thank you for having me, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.
All right. Yeah. It was definitely funny as fuck. I love this show. This is great. I'm gonna have to watch it again and shit once it processes just to take it all in. But thank you guys for watching. Check us out, like I said, next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time right here. Hit that follow, hit like, cuss us out in chat. I don't care. Just do something. And shit, we out.